Here.
Hey, Jared.
Central Dispatch on the air with a structure fire for Frenchtown All Call in Monroe City. Respond for a structure fire, 16 Sylvan Drive, 16 Sylvan Drive. It's going to be across of North Monroe and Borges. We have a house on fire, potentially 2 others that are smoking on the roof. Central's time out, 1713.
House fire.
Dispatch 5052. Route to that structure fire at 16 Sylvan Drive.
Clear, sir. We possibly have 3 homes on fire on side by side. It looks like the wires came down that were on fire. There's flames seen from 16 and then smoke from the other 2 roofs.
Clear.
Next question should use Edison on the way.
19 will be.
I don't answer questions. How about that?
Turn around, face my unit. Place your hands on top of your head and interlace your fingers.
I am recording you.
Oh,
So, okay.
you need to learn the law. So right
I
now,
do know the law.
Be quiet.
I don't
Shut
have
your
to be-
mouth.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In October of 2023, Truth Be Told Audits was driving in Louisiana when he was pulled over by Officer DeBoard of the Denham Springs Police Department.
What do y'all want?
Hey, sir, you give me a favor, step to the front of my uniform.
Can you tell me what you pulled me over for? What do you want? What do you want?
Give me a favor, stand in front of my uniform.
I can stand where I want. You can tell me what you pulled me over for.
Okay, so for my safety, I want you to stand in front of my uniform.
And for auditor safety, I would like for you to tell me why you stopped me. Who are you?
I will. Who are you? Hey, man, stand in front of my uniform.
I can stand where I want, dude. What is your problem? Not on my traffic stop. What do you want? What did you pull me over for? No, I can hold my cell phone. It's not interfering. Recording. Turner versus driver says that it's not interfering. Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, as Turner versus driver, have every right to film y'all.
Turner v. Driver is often cited in the auditing community as if Philip Turner runs the Batuse, one of the first channels on YouTube to advocate for First and Fourth Amendment rights. Turner filed a lawsuit against Lieutenant Driver and the city of Fort Worth after an incident in which Turner was arrested after recording a police station from a public sidewalk and refused to identify himself upon the officer's demands. The core issue of the case involved the determination of whether there was a clearly established First Amendment right to record police at the time of the incident, and whether the officers were entitled to qualified immunity. The court ruled that there was no clearly established First Amendment right to record the police when he was filming. However, it did state that such a right does exist, subject to reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions, thereby establishing this right for future reference. The Fourth Amendment claims were viewed much differently, but that's a story for another time, because for the purposes of this interaction, the Fifth Circuit Court has jurisdiction over the district courts in Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, which means Truth Be Told Audits has a clearly established First Amendment right to record the police, and certain interferences with that right could cause cause an officer to be stripped of their qualified immunity.
What did you pull me over for?
Before we continue, today's episode is sponsored by YouGov. YouGov is a free, easy way to make extra cash in gift cards to places like Amazon, Nike, and iTunes, just for sharing your thoughts. As a member, you earn points for giving your opinions on politics, public affairs, products, brands, and even policing by completing short surveys and polls. I complete my surveys while I wait for these videos to upload. It's an awesome side hustle, and the extra cash helps me pay for the body cam footage used to make this content. So if you're ready to make some easy money just by taking some surveys, click my link in the description and pinned comment. A big thanks to YouGov for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the story, where truth be told audits continue to film while asking what the purpose of the stop is.
What did you pull me over for?
So the reason why I stopped, man, that was you were veering back and forth.
Oh, don't give me that shit. It's all on dash cam. Don't give me that shit. It's all on dash cam.
Or are you going to let me explain, or are you going to keep bumping your gun?
I'm going to keep bumping my guns because I have every right
You
to
got your
talk.
ID on?
What do I need to get my ID for? What law did I break? What law did I break?
Improper lane.
Improper lanes. I was in my lane. I got dash cam to prove it. I never broke line either side.
You don't have to break line.
What do you mean I have to break line? I didn't do
Veering
anything.
back and forth. It's improper
Veering
lane.
back. I was not veering back and forth.
Just take the court. I see drive license.
This is not the court. This is not the court. So you're pulling me over saying that what? I'm drunk.
Hey, Doris.
You're saying that I'm drunk?
I'm not. Are
Okay.
you having a medical episode? Are you distracted? Are you tired? Have you been driving for a long time?
I don't answer questions. How about that?
Okay, what's the driver's license?
Okay. Who are you, Denham Springs? Who are you, Denham Springs? What's your name and badge number?
I told you my name is Officer Ward, Denham Springs Police Department.
Okay, and you're gonna be one of the slow ones that just messed up. Now, what else do you want? This is harassment. Y'all are harassing me because of who I am.
I don't know who you are.
Well, I'm telling you, I am your worst nightmare at this point. What?
I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't care what you gotta say.
If you say that again,
Oh,
I'm gonna take that as a
it's
threat.
called freedom of speech.
I
Learn.
will
See,
take
you better
that-
learn the law.
I will
Learn the
take
law.
that
Learn
as
the
a
law.
threat and act
What?
accordingly.
How is it threat?
I'm telling you.
Look at this. What's your name and badge number? Oh man, wait! You're gonna let this fool do this stupid shit with Sanjay? Really? You know I don't do nothing wrong. I don't break laws.
After noticing that he knew the other officer on scene, DeBoard now makes it known that he initially had no intention to ticket Truth Be Told, but now he was going to retaliate. And of course, the senior officer on scene that Truth Be Told does know, Officer Saunier, stands by and watches his co-worker's atrocious behavior.
You know, I was just gonna let y'all put a warrant.
And for what? I didn't change lanes.
Veering back and forth.
I did not break line. Write me a ticket. Write me the ticket. Go ahead. Go write me the ticket. Go on.
You got any weapons on?
I don't answer questions. And this is going to be an illegal search.
Turn around, face my unit.
Really?
Place your hand on top of your head and interlace your fingers.
I am recording you. Oh, so, okay. You see this, people? You see this, people? You see this, people?
Now, spread your feet. Now it's an officer safety thing. You need to learn the law. So right
I
now,
do know the law.
Be quiet.
I don't
Shut
have
your
to be-
mouth.
Oh, you were messing up.
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Mhm.
So I can conduct a lawful pat frisk for weapons
Yes,
for
it's called-
officer safety.
It's called Terry versus
And I
Ohio.
gave you 3 lawful commands and you set them. You got 1 time.
I got one time.
Yep. And you just messed up.
Oh. Y'all hearing this, people?
I'm not interested in weapons.
I don't have to answer your questions. Do your
I'm not
job.
asking you no questions.
You asked me if I had
You
any
got the right
weapons.
to remain silent. Use it. Be quiet.
I know I have the right to remain silent. It's called the Fifth Amendment. Wow, you gonna let him do this, Sanjay? I'm not, but still, man, I didn't do nothing wrong. I know, and he's gonna get one. He's gonna fucking get one too.
You threatening me again?
Hey, you're gonna get it. Written.
Stand up and bring it up.
You're gonna get written up. You're gonna get written up. You're gonna get complaint form. It's gonna go on your docket.
On with it.
It's gonna get vote. I guarantee it's gonna be. Yo, man. Stupid. Stupid.
The officers then have a brief conversation at the back of the cruiser.
So this one,
Hey, Midwest.
have you all dealt with him before?
I dealt a couple times. So, I don't really cause too many problems. And things get into it, but they really don't like walk with me that much.
Well,
It's up to you, Lord.
so I dealt with a cell phone thing where they interfered with the investigation.
And just in general, he's still allowed to record and tell them about that.
But within a certain distance of a law enforcement
They
officer,
haven't approved that yet. They're trying to do that. I don't think it's in Louisiana. It's in a different couple states. I think Florida approved it first. Well, I haven't checked.
Well, I dealt with
Well, I don't know technically.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Hey, Dirty.
You're about to look stupid. You're about to look stupid.
Be quiet.
I'm allowed to talk.
And if you step any closer to me,
Hey, don't. Debo, you're not being good. Debo.
stand right over there. If you step one more foot closer to my unit, I'm gonna take it as a threat and I'm gonna act accordingly.
I haven't even moved.
Debo. On the next.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Hey, Jody.
I'm gonna be on all your traffic. You didn't warn me that it was me?
Well, I'll go drive. I'll say, hey, go.
I know, but you know my truck.
Honest God, no. Thank God, striking out right now. No good with no driver.
But you know I ain't doing nothing wrong. I wasn't veering. I never crossed over anyone.
I'm just back off the hood.
I know, but man, this is stupid, man.
I wasn't gonna write him a ticket. Write him a ticket. Penal law for a person who's either principal or accessory crime obtained.
Also, usually for sure.
So I noticed
This not it. I noticed in trouble. But they do have dash cams.
So I noticed he veered to the center lane of travel right before he crossed over the intersection. But after that, he didn't veer.
So he didn't do shit.
The retaliatory stop right here.
See, I dealt with this in Point Capee, and when all that's going on, when it interferes with a law enforcement investigation, take the phone, turn it off.
All that tweak on is dial back on the key into it. That's what it is. That's what the view's gonna be. That's what you're doing.
I just don't want to keep walking towards the unit, because for me, that's an officer safety thing. And I can articulate that all day in court, and he won't beat that.
The officers continue to talk for a while, debating whether to take it truth be told.
Like, not no, it is a you also pressure from there. But he is gonna talk about it. Either way, you just have to.
I was so super busy, I wasn't able to even get in there.
Main concern is officer safety.
Hey, I'll pay you on that.
Oh, I did have to tell him 3 times.
Eventually, Officer DeBoard realizes that he has no dash cam footage and wouldn't be able to prove that Truth Be Told was swerving, or perhaps that Truth Be Told's dash cam would prove that he wasn't.
It's up to you if you want to write them. But yes, what it is.
How am I going to deal with any backlash if I don't?
That, no, all the pressure is really there.
So here's the thing. So I don't have a dash cam. And now, is it going to show him veering? Probably not. The way his dash cam is positioned, because I see it right here, it's not going to show him veering.
Does my dash cam show me veering? It does all day.
So it's up to you. You want to write them? Not. It's what it is. And then we can also expression from one side. They work at the big. Or you want to just get them with the ticket. You can see Baron. Your word against this word. We report. Anyway, they're going all over YouTube. So I'm just trying to make you dial back up. Don't feed into it. And I I'm not trying to keep trying. I want to correct you on this camera. You know, that's the me. It's a control.
All right, well,
Happy Pi Day. Hey, he spelled it right.
Straight retaliation. Sergeant Payne probably put him up to it. I would imagine Sergeant Payne probably put him up to it. I don't allow any of my vehicle.
Go ahead, Dirty.
I'm trying to pull off and cut your brake.
You're gonna cut your brakes tonight. All right. Yeah, my license.
How do you pronounce your last name?
I don't answer questions.
How do you pronounce your last
I don't answer questions. Man.
name? Tulos?
It's Greek. I'll give you that much.
I just want to be respectful. Tulos?
Respectfully, you pulled me over for no reason just now. Oh.
So, next time we have this conversation, it's okay.
There'll be some, next time we have this conversation, there'll be some paper. So is the traffic stop over? Am I free to go, officer? I'm free to go. All right. And you're dismissed. All right, Son Jay. Hey, teach this dumbass.
Truth be told, Audits filed a complaint on both officers and has been considering filing a lawsuit citing a violation of his First Amendment rights and illegal search of his person and the traffic stop itself. I'll be sure to let you know when that happens, but until then, be sure to check out his channel. Links can be found in the description and pinned comment. A big thanks to YouGov for sponsoring this video. And if you like my work, enjoy another episode, linked on screen.
Yeah, we have a local bakery that actually does pies for really cheap too.
Welcome once again to Lato's Law. Here's Steve Lato.
I have a backup channel I call The Vault, and I often put stories up there, just videos I shoot where I tell stories or talk about things that are a little off topic for this channel. And I got to tell you right now that I was torn about whether I should do this story on this channel or on the Vault channel. I decided to do it here. It's such a bizarre thing. My last 24 hours from right now backwards, have been the craziest, weirdest series of events that I've encountered in a long, long time. And so it all started.
Yeah, minor government issue too.
With me going to the Gary Newman Ministry concert in Royal Oak. And so the show doors are at 6 o'clock. The first band Frontline Assembly goes on at 7. Gary goes on at 8. Ministry goes on at 9 if all goes according to plan. I'm walking.
Well, my VA, so yeah, welfare glasses, same.
4:30, and something catches my eye with the way the light
Actually gets to pick out the frames and stuff.
The window of my garage, and I look, and there are what appear to be paw prints on the inside of a window of mine that is.
I understand what you mean. I was just being facetious.
But there is a rack, a shelving rack right there that I put stuff on, and so my first thought is there's a cat had gotten into my garage, and I climbed up there and was pawing at the window. I thought that's kind of strange because I keep my garage doors closed religiously, but occasionally, for instance, I'll walk through the garage like I was doing yesterday. Or I took the garbage out yesterday also, and I thought maybe when I took the garbage out, I put the door up, I walked all the way out, put my garbage down, came back. Maybe a cat came in then, because there are a couple stray cats in the neighborhood.
I
agree.
I see
them around from time to time. So
I agree, Dirty, as long as it's not being abused.
Just looking around, and I'm like, well, if the cat got in here, it's not here anymore. So I close the door and go to the show.
That's for sure.
So just put that aside, the back of your memory banks there for a second. Royal Oak Music Theater, go inside, the place is packed, the show is sold out. I like Gary Newman. Most Americans only know him for Cars, but he was huge in England, and he's actually got a bunch of really cool stuff. He's put out more modern stuff that's much heavier and more industrial than his stuff. But he always puts on a great show, and I've seen him a few times. So, of course, the first band comes up, Frontline Assembly. I don't know anything about them. Very, very industrial, very, very heavy. Some of the loudest music I've ever heard. And I've been to some loud concerts. And everything's going fine, except as the show is progressing, more and more people are coming down its general admission standing room. And so, 10 feet from the stage, and there's only 2 or 3 people in front of me, but everybody's kind of getting pushed in. So frontline assembly is done. They walk off the stage. They redo the stage. About 8 o'clock, the lights go down. Cheers go up. Gary Newman comes out with his band. And they start doing their show. And things are going swimmingly well. But I've noticed now that it's getting more and more cramped to the point like where I've got my elbows in, I got my hands in, and every now and then somebody bumps from one side or the other. But hey, I'm a people person. I don't mind. So I'm looking this way because I'm a little bit off to the left of the stage from our view. I'm looking at the stage here and I'm watching the show, and all of a sudden I feel somebody bump me or elbow me. And I go, okay, cool. So I kind of draw in a little bit, and the person is bumping me and elbowing me more. So I turn to see what's happening, and a guy next to me just collapses like a bag of dirt, just boom, on the ground. So the band is loud. The band is loud. Whatever the top level of loud is that humans can endure, that's how loud the band is. So this guy collapses. I actually managed to reach down and put my hands behind his back and kind of keep from slamming his head on the ground. I thought he's having an epileptic seizure or some kind of seizure. That's because of the elbow motion and stuff. The guy's flat on his back on the ground, but his eyes were open. So I lean in as close as I can. Go, are you okay? And he goes, yes. I go, what's wrong? And he goes, my hip gave out. My hip gave out. I go, okay, what do we need to do? He goes, just stand me back up, I'll be fine. I go, are you sure? And he goes, yes. So, okay, so me and a couple people around him helped him back up to his feet. And he goes, guys, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you, I'm fine. I turned to watch the show and also down again. And I lean over and I go, are you okay? And at that point, some other people lean over. And meanwhile, somebody starts screaming, call 911. But luckily, no one could hear them scream because of how loud the band was. And so the guy was conscious.
The Matrix
and he kept insisting it was just his hip, that his hip had given out. And it turns out, I assumed he was with the people on the other side of him. They assumed that I was with them. Everybody's going, who's with this guy? It turns out he's by himself. So luckily, we're so close to the front of the stage that one of the people between the last barrier and the stage itself, staff, leans forward and says, what's going on? And we go, this guy's having problems. He's in distress of some sort. Guy climbs over, they call over another guy, they pick him up and they carry him out, and he's taken care of. He's taken care of. And so, watch the rest of the show. The show is fabulous. I couldn't be happier with the show. Get in my car, drive home, and I'm thinking of the show. So I looked around, I didn't see the cat anymore, but cats can be skittish and can hide, So I come back, and I open up the garage door, and I walk in, and there are paw prints all over the seat of an ATV I've got. And I'm pretty certain they were not there before. But I didn't check. So I'm not sure if I could have missed that. Could I miss that? So I got a flashlight, I got a wooden pole, I start looking underneath the cars, I start looking underneath the lawnmower.
Tornado, we just got a tornado.
I look everywhere.
Warning.
I can't see anything or find anything. But
Tornado
I
watch.
did find claw marks on the covers to my cars. I got two of my cars in the garage are covered. And the covers are all clawed up. And I'm like, okay, there's a cat in here that's been clawing this stuff up, but now the cat's gone, so I can't find the cat. So I'm fine. So I go to bed last night. It's about 10 or 11 o'clock at night because of the long drive to the show and the drive back and poking around the garage looking for a cat. I go to bed. And about 4 o'clock this morning, I think to myself, you know something, Steve, you're awake, you should go check the garage. Because the last thing I did before I went to bed, wiped that seat clean. So if there's still a cat in the garage, good chance there's going to be footprints on that seat. I go out at 4 o'clock in the morning, look, and there's footprints all over this seat. Whatever it is, it's still in the garage. And so I'm like, now, I did not get a good night's sleep. I slept from about 11 till 4. I'm still operating on limited sleep. And so I'm like, what on earth could this be? And all of a sudden I hear a noise. I hear a noise coming from my tractor. I've got a riding lawn tractor. So I go over, and I got a flashlight, and I also have it's just a piece of wood about this long with a handle on it that you can poke at things with. It comes in handy sometimes. And I go over, and I start tapping on the tractor, and I'm looking, and where could a cat hide inside this tractor? because there's not a lot of room. But I mean, there's a mowing deck, for instance. There's an engine compartment. I pop the engine compartment open, nothing in there. And I walk around the front. I start just tapping on things, and all of a sudden, zoom! It's a woodchuck, small woodchuck, immature woodchuck, not a baby woodchuck, but a small woodchuck. And he zooms over and he runs underneath my Viper. Now, my Viper is so low to the ground, I can barely get under there and look to see what's underneath there. But I do, and I've got a flashlight and showing there's nothing underneath there. So he's climbing up into the wheel wells of my car. So I got to pull the cover off, and I go around and start tapping on the tires, but the car's really, really close up against the wall. And every now and then I can hear him move or shift or something like that. And it's driving me crazy. So I've got the lights on in the garage. Doors open so he can run out if he sees there's an open door. Woodchucks aren't the smartest animals. And at one point in time, I'm tapping on that side of the Viper, and I hear him skittering away, and he skitters underneath my Cobra. He admires fine automobiles. And the Cobra had a cover on it. So I'm looking underneath it, there's nothing underneath it. He's up in the wheel well of one of the wheel wells. Sure enough, I pull up the cover and I see the fur sticking out from under the wheel well and a wheel. A little strip like this. I can barely fit my hand in there. His fur is sticking out. I actually poked him with my hand, and he jumped down and ran back underneath the Viper. And I'm like, okay, dude, this is not going to go well. Now it's like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's pissing me off. I got to get some sleep. And I don't want this animal in my garage, because I had a woodchuck get in my garage years ago and chew up a bunch of wiring. And that's another thing. So I pull the cover off the Viper, I get the keys to the Viper, and I fire it up. Nothing. I thought that would scare him out of the garage. So I pull the Viper out, drive it all the way to the end of my driveway, turn around, come back, park it, but outside the garage. Go back in the garage, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear skitter, skitter, skitter. He's over in the far corner. So me firing the Viper up scared him, but instead of running out of the garage, he ran deeper into the corner. And so I'm over there looking for him. I still to this day don't know where he's getting near the tractor. But apparently he can squish down really, really far. But he was hiding over there somewhere near the tractor. So I'm like, okay, this is bugging the heck out of me. I went and got a whistle that makes really, really loud noises. Really, really loud, obnoxious, like Coast Guard whistle. And I was using that. My neighbors are far enough away that it wouldn't upset them. And nothing. And he goes completely quiet again. And so at one point in time, I took the cover off the Cobra also to make sure he wasn't in there. I'm looking in the wheel wells, he's not there. I'm climbing underneath the car, pop the hood, make sure he didn't climb up inside the engine compartment, he's not there. I'm over there banging on the tractor, he's not there. And I'm like, where is he? He's hunkered down someplace. Because I don't think he could have gotten out of the garage without me seeing him. And I look at my stair, there's a space underneath him. And I've got some junk jammed in there. But I hadn't poked around underneath there in the last few minutes. So I walked over there and pulled all the stuff away from one side. And I started poking in there with that stick I've got. And out he ran. And he looked and he saw the door. Freedom! And he ran off into the darkness and around the corner. And I didn't want him running any place near my house, so I chased him. At 6:30 this morning, there I am, chasing a woodchuck across my front lawn with that wooden stick in my hand, yelling things at him about how he should not return to my garage. He should go live someplace else, underground with the other underground dwelling rodents of this world. But I then walked back in, put the Viper back in the garage, closed the garage door, and went back in and fell asleep for 3 more hours. Now, believe it or not, I've got to check to make sure he didn't damage either car, because rodents do chew on wiring. I've had woodchucks chew on wiring in a house I lived in before, and I got 2 old cars that were out there for 24 hours maybe with this woodchuck in the garage, almost 24 hours. And maybe he climbed the engine compartment and chewed on a wiring harness. And that may have been an expensive meal that I get to pay for. So the evening started, like I said, walking by and just seeing those weird paw prints on the window. That woodchuck jumped on the ATV, jumped up onto the shelving unit, climbed up onto the shelf where he knocked the windowsill, knocked things off the windowsill, put his muddy paws all over the window, and then was running around inside my garage. And then the times during the day where I had the garage door open or closed, he hunkered down and hid. And it wasn't until I spent a couple hours literally poking around everywhere. At one point in time, I had a broom, a push shop broom. I put the handle underneath the car and I'm swinging it back and forth down there just in case he's down there, but also making noise. So right now, I will admit, there's a traumatized woodchuck out there right now, but he's lucky to be alive. I really don't
Pizza burger
wish him
tornado.
ill will. I just wish
Tornado
I
girl.
got a better night's sleep. But remember, I saw the show. I encountered a man in distress who insisted it was his hip. I'm starting to wonder about that myself. And then came back and found out that there'd been a woodchuck in my garage all day, and he was there all night. And then I was up at 4 o'clock this morning hunting him down. And like I said, I witnessed him leave the garage, and the last I saw of him, he was about 100 and 150 yards away from my house, heading away very, very quickly. He was a little faster than me. So that's my crazy day I had yesterday into today. Which might explain how the video I just shot before this one, I probably look really, really tired in it, the way I do right now. But we'll see how that goes. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Leto's Law. Sunsets are proof that endings can be beautiful too.
Do you have ID on you, sir?
He doesn't have the ID, you know that. Who? He doesn't have to give that. No. I'm the driver. That's all you're stopping, bro. You know that. It's my policy. He's in my vehicle. He knows that my rules are he's not allowed to give up his ID.
What's going on? How many times have I asked you to leave my property?
A couple times.
Okay. Why are you still on my property? I don't know what part of get the off. Do I need to grab you and get you to my property? Why? You're on my property. There's a no trespass sign. Go. 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 What part of get the off my property?
All right, guys.
Understand.
What's going on, everybody? In today,
Get with you later.
Food Bangers.
Peace.
A killer
Thanks for riding with me. Love you.